Okay. Some people call it genuine, and some people call it genuine. It just depends what part of Kentucky you're from. My name's Scott Rainey. I'm a recovering addict, recovering from drugs and alcohol. I remember a time whenever I would lay in bed at night, and my legs, pains would just shoot down my legs, and they would get restless. Couldn't sleep. I remember a time in my life when I'd be laying there and I'd have cold chills, and then 5 minutes later, I'd be burning up, sweating. I remember a time when I stole from my mom, lied to my parents, stole from my friends. I remember a time in my life whenever I didn't have a place to stay, and I was going around from house to house through acquaintances and sleeping on their couch or on the floor, wherever they would let me, until I burnt my bridges with them. I remember a time in my life when I was hopeless. I didn't want to live. And it was all because of drugs. I ran from God. I was raised in church, and I knew that, I had that seed planted in me, but I guess I was just ashamed of myself. And, I didn't want to hear about God. I didn't want to go to church. I didn't want to have anything to do with anybody that went to church. So I was living in misery. And then I got clean. When I got clean, I heard a poem. How many people in here is in recovery? By show of hands. Okay, how many people has been affected from drugs or alcohol through somebody they know, a friend or something? Okay, so what I want you all to do is, I'm going to read this poem, and no matter what your problem was in life, or still is, replace the word drugs with whatever, whether it's cutting, pornography, gambling, shopping, whatever it is, just replace it. And I'm sure y'all have heard this poem before, but this poem is deep to me. And really just take what I'm saying, take it in. It starts out like this. Hello, my name is drugs. I destroy homes, tear families apart. I'll take your children, that's just the start. I'm more costly than diamonds, more costly than gold. The sorrow I bring you is a sight to behold. And if you need me, remember, I'm easily found. I live all around you. I live in schools and in town. I live with the rich. I live with the poor. I live down the street and maybe next door. My power is awesome, try me, you'll see. But if you do, you may never break free. Try me once, and I might let you go, but try me twice, and I'll own your soul. When I possess you, you'll steal and you'll lie. You'll do what you have to do just to get high. The crimes you'll commit with my narcotic charm will be worth the pleasure you feel in your arm. You'll lie to your mother, you'll steal from your dad, and when you see their tears, you should feel sad. But you'll forget your morals and how you were raised. I'll be your conscience, and I'll teach you my ways. I take kids from parents and parents from kids. I turn people from God and separate friends. I take everything from you, your looks, your pride. I'll be with you always, right by your side. You give up everything? Your family? Your home, your friends, your money, and then you'll be alone. I'll take and I'll take till you have nothing more to give. When I'm finished with you, you'll be lucky to live. If you try me once, if you try me, be warned, this is no game. If given the chance, I'll drive you insane. I'll ravish your body, I'll control your mind, I'll own you completely, your soul will be mine. The nightmares I give you while laying in bed, the voices you'll hear from inside your head, the sweats, the shakes, the voices you'll see. I want you to know these are all gifts from me. But then it's too late. And you'll know in your heart that you are mine and we shall not part. You regret you tried me, they always do, but you came to me, not I to you. You knew this would happen. Many times you were told, but you challenged my power and chose to be bold. You could have said no and just walked away. If you could live that day over, now what would you say? I'll be your master, you'll be my slave. I'll even go with you when you go to your grave. Now that we've met, what will you do? Will you try me or not? It's all up to you. I can bring you more misery than words can tell. Come take my hand, let me lead you to hell. Let that marinate for a minute. You know, I feel like when I was reading that poem, I feel like I wrote that poem. I've seen so many things in that poem that I went through. And for some reason, I'm right here. I'm able to stand right here and talk about everything that I went through, because that's what God does. Through Christ, there is hope.
Amen.
And God will never waste a hurt or darkness if you allow Him to use it. And that's why we're able to have these things right here, because there are people who are doing this. And through Christ, it gives people the chance to see that there is hope. You know? Recovery to me is like this. It's like when you get clean, you feel so good, you're on fire, and you're working the steps, and you're doing community service things, and you're doing the footwork to stay clean. And if you just quit, if you just slow down just a little bit, and you quit doing the footwork, and you quit working the steps, and you quit going to meetings, and you quit doing things in your community to help people, it's like you start slowly get back into the old you. Well, getting saved is like that also. Think about the first time you got saved, or when you did get saved. Think about that day when you got up off your knees and just the joy that you felt and the freedom that you felt. The chains that were broken because you gave everything that you had to Christ. Everything. You said, here it is, Lord. Here it is. I give it to you. I trust in you that you will work through this with me. And then slowly we start taking little things back. We start maybe tell a lie, or maybe we start talking about people, or start smoking our cigarettes again, or we start taking little things back, little by little. And eventually we're depressed, and we're stressed out, and we're angry, and little things start to build up. And we're back to where we was, and we're miserable. And we don't realize that it's because we're taking what we gave God. We're taking back what we gave God. So tonight, at any time through this thing, I say, if you got something you want to give to God, you come up here and you give it back to Him. If you want to dedicate your life to Christ tonight, I say at any time, come on. There's people all over this place that will come up here and pray with you and talk with you. There is a Bible verse, and I'm going to close it out with this. It's Hebrews 12:1. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Keep running, guys. Don't give up. No matter what you're going through in life, just keep running. You know, God has something planned out for us, each and every one of us. And find out what it is, and stay on the course. Keep running. Don't ever give up.